Now you start to really assess some of the vets and, of course, some of the young players.
You're exactly right, because now there's a week's worth of film out there for everyone to watch. And for guys who may or may not make these particular teams, that film will be out there around the league, so maybe they can catch on somewhere else if they have to. But this would be a lot of fun to see how much time the veterans play versus how much time the young guys get.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. For the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
Second down following the run. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Kobe Fleener. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
It's complete. Fleener, right side. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right around the 31. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kobe Fleener, 31 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. find some open field here. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 71 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And he'll bang that one through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Ends up a nice second down for them.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Well, 6-round picks, they don't normally step in and start on day one, that's for sure. But over the years, we've had some big names from that spot.
And obviously, Tom Brady, the biggest name of all, is a 6th-rounder, but there have been others. Antonio Brown, who's played some of the best receiver in the game. Alfred Morris. And I can tell you a quick one on Alfred Morris. When he came out of college and had the big rookie year, I went back to a lot of my scouting buddies and took my book with me and said, okay, what did you guys have him listed coming out of school? I couldn't find anyone who had better than a 6th-round grade on him. Most had 7th round and a good number, undrafted free agent, so you never know what you're going to get.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck as some guys may have fallen to them, but for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Counter. Ingram. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Out of the gun now on third down. And the tight end has it, Fleener. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet, right there at the 43. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 29. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Ingram again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Back to throw here. Left side and caught by Flainer. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Suckup will put this one right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline, somewhat happy.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the tight end has it. It's Flainer. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him and your other targets aren't open.
He'll top to throw. And brought in here by Flainer. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 24-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. He'll look to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Oh, thank you. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They'll set up a throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Saints add on to their lead. Suck up for the extra point.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. And now back out comes the offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw on second is Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Let's go.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This, of course, week 2 of the preseason, but we did have a couple of teams that got the extra game. The Hall of Fame game was played on a Thursday this year between Arizona and Dallas.
Yeah, and they welcomed in this year's Hall of Fame class of 2017. And what a class it was. Morton Anderson, the kicker, Terrell Davis, Kenny Easley, Jerry Jones, Jason.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So we have Reed. Yeah, I'm with you. Who wants highlights from the 2nd week of preseason? Let's get back to the action as we're ready to start the 3rd quarter. This will be fielded at the 6. A little juke, and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. The Raiders are out to an early lead. Derek Carr, a single touchdown pass. pass to this point in that one. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Flex round.
Check. Four down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Flex round.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. From the 50, it's Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Trey Hendrickson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a first down throw, Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they're going to speed things up here.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run with Crowell. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Isaiah Crowell, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, being on second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Crowell's going to try and run for it. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Well, that two-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people that can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you'd run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins breaking through to get him for a loss. 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Watson now on second down. Forced out to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw, Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's what.
And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn to make their way to 4. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Now it's Watson. And he fires one incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game.
What's going on? And they just play better and better.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On third down, Gabbert. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. After the interception, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Ohio. Come on.
Watson off play action. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Trey Hendrickson bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Third and long. It's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. A road win in the National Football League.